Hello, and you're very welcome. My name is Mihal, and I'm a Schools Liaison Officer here at ATU Sligo. Today's webinar, we're going to focus all on sports, clubs and societies at ATU Sligo. And we've lined up a panel who are going to help us discuss this. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to them in the order they're going to be speaking. So first up, we've got Jason Quinn. Jason's a Donegal native, and he's our Student Union President. And Jason's going to tell us all about clubs and societies here at ATU Sligo. Jason, you're very welcome.
Good afternoon, Michael. Hello, everyone.
We're then going to chat to Angela Kosko. Angela is one of our sports scholars, and Angela is going to tell us all about clubs and societies. A member of the equestrian club here at ATU Sligo, she's also joined other clubs. So Angela will tell us, from a student's point of view, all the benefits of that. Angela, you're very welcome.
Hi, Michael. Thank you.
We're then going to move on to talk about sport, and we're going to focus on two of our bigger sports clubs. So the first one being GAA. So we'll be talking to Pádraig McGorty, who's a lecturer in our Department of Nutritional and Health Sciences, and he's also really involved with the ATU Sligo GAA club. So he'll give us an overview on all things GAA. Pádraig, you're very welcome.
Hi, Mihal. Thanks very much.
Then we move on to talk to Colm Jinks. Colm is our FAI football facilitator here at ATU Sligo, and he'll tell us all about soccer. Colm, you're very welcome.
Hi, Mihal. Thank you.
And finally, then we'll move on to talk about our sports scholarships, and we'll be talking to Lauren Cadden. Lauren is a sports scholar here for athletics, and she'll tell us all about the benefits of that. Lauren, you're very welcome also.
Hey, Mihal, thank you.
Just two things to draw your attention to before we get started. For anybody who's watching this live as part of our open day on Saturday, April 24th, you can ask us any questions in the Q&A below. For anyone watching this after the event, you can contact us at any stage with any questions, and you can do that through WhatsApp, through social media, by using our handle at ATU Sligo, or by email. And you can get all these details on our CAO hub on the ATU Sligo website, and that is atusligo.ie/CAO. So we'll get straight into it now, and we'll chat to Jason first. Jason, at ATU Sligo, we have over 70 clubs and societies. From a student's point of view, what is the benefit of joining a club or society?
First of all, Michael, thanks very much for bringing me along here today to talk about clubs and societies. I suppose clubs and societies is really the first opportunity that students would have to feel the community of ATU Sligo. Clubs and societies are a great way of meeting like-minded people. So whether you're involved in the soccer team, the GAA teams, or anything up to the Tea Society, to the debating society, any one of these here, you really learn about like-minded people, and you get to meet new contacts, network with people who enjoy the same sort of things as you. And I suppose it's a great way of being able to express ideas and see what other people are doing within other clubs and societies as well. So it is the first opportunity for students in ATU Sligo to sense that ATU Sligo community and feel like as if they're part of something bigger. And you can also take an opportunity to actually organise events that you might think you're interested in, whether that's from a six-a-side soccer tournament to debating which tea bag is better, a Lions tea bag or a Barry's tea bag, whatever you could be. That's what the niche is about clubs and societies. It's an opportunity to be able to speak to anything that you're interested in. And again, as I said, be a part of that ATU Sligo family.
Brilliant, Jason. And you touched on it there, and I mentioned it, we have over 70 of them. And you've touched on a few of them there. There literally is something for everyone. You don't have to be sporty into a certain type of sport. As you said, there's a tea society. And give us an example of a few, Jason, that I suppose people mightn't be aware of.
Yeah, so as you said, Michael, there's up to about 70 clubs and societies. Now, obviously, you can imagine this year, with the year that was in it, it was difficult for those clubs and societies to actually function and get off the ground to a running state, I suppose. But there's everything there. There's stuff from biomedical science society to LGBT plus society, art society, airsoft, tea drinking society, game society, Gashka society for someone who's doing their President's Award, the motorsport club, dance society. There's literally something there for everyone. And what we always say to students as well is when you come in the door on that first day and you see the list of clubs and societies, or you get to see what you can be involved in, if there's not something there to fit your taste, then start it up. There's always an opportunity there for people to start something up. There's always like-minded people, but maybe people just that don't really aren't brave enough to go and start something themselves. So if you think that there's something there that interests you, there's definitely someone else just down the hall thinking, I wish that thing was here as well for us. So we would really encourage people that if there's not something there for them, start it up. And it's so easy to start up. All you need is 3 members. You need a chairman, a secretary, and a treasurer. And that's all you need to start up a club or society. And it really is that simple. But as I said, there is something there for everyone. And it is just a great opportunity to start to meet people and get involved, I suppose.
And I know even from your own point of view, Jason, you kind of have another love, and that is DJ. And I suppose a lot of people mightn't actually know that, DJ Flip Flop. So I know yourself, Jason, even you went through the process of actually forming a society, and you did set up the DJ Society yourself. Yeah. So you're speaking from experience.
Yeah, exactly. So the DJ Society, whenever I was in college, in first and second year, the DJ Society would have been functioning. It kind of took a break then for a couple of years, but whenever I was involved as entertainment officer in the student union, I took the opportunity to rekindle that society. And I couldn't believe the amount of people that are actually interested in it. People from everywhere, international students, Irish students, everyone was actually interested in it. And it actually ended up we were having to run a couple of nights a week to try and facilitate everyone in and get everyone a go on the decks. But it's really a good opportunity for anyone who wants to actually be involved in something. And it's actually great as well for progression in someone's own personal development, because it gives them an opportunity to build their organizational skills, build the skills that are needed, I suppose, to move on in with their life and with their career after they leave ATU Sligo. So setting something up and having to deal with budgets and deal with, I suppose, organising events and project management and stuff like that. So it is a great opportunity for someone to do that. And as I said again, it's so easy to do. All you need to do is call down to the student union, talk to student union president, any of the sabbatical officers, or Emma Louise in the front desk, and she'll get you the forms. And it is that easy, and that's all you'll need.
Yeah, because I know even myself thinking I was thinking about this before today, and I was like, there'll be some really cool clubs there. Like I reckon, like a Harry Potter society, a Lord of the Rings society, a pizza tasting society, a wine tasting society. They'd all be ones I'd jump at. Like so no pressure. Whoever's coming in, the range.
You wouldn't believe the range and stuff that actually is there. So we've got guys that come in and they debate about movies. They debate about. There used to be a match of the day society where you'd have students come in on a Monday after match of the day on a Sunday night and debate whether the pundits were right. Now these are people that probably don't really know what the pundits are saying, but they still were able to have those debates, and that's what that community is all about, and that's what what's meant about being a student in ATU Sligo. Now, obviously, this year has been difficult, but we in the Students' Union have set up a new platform to give students an opportunity to see everything that's going on in terms of clubs and society. So we've set something up called It's Life, so ATU Sligo Life, or It's Life, where every registered student in the college is going to have an opportunity to sign into a platform where they see every club and society that's registered, an opportunity to see any events that's going on that week. So for example, there, if Pádraig or Colm have GAA training or soccer training on one night of the week, or a recreational soccer or recreational GAA, they'll be able to add up the event and say, this event is on at 7 p.m. Tuesday evening. Students can go into that, click that they want to attend, and that's how they'll sign up for it. There's not going to be any more of this, kind of the snobbery around trying to go and meet the managers or meet the people in charge of the clubs. It's going to be there at the click of your fingers now. And this is what we're really working on, and trying to have this functioning for our first thing in September. So for all those prospective students that are going to be coming here, then we're going to have an opportunity for you guys to get involved the first day that you come here. And that's going to really hopefully drive that community feeling up in ATU Sligo. And as I said, it's something I've been a part of now for 7 years, 7 years. This is my 7th year here. So it's been absolutely brilliant. And I wouldn't even change it for the world. So clubs and societies is where it's at.
Yeah, amazing, Jason. Yeah, it's a good point to note there. You love the place so much. You've been here for 7 years, which is just a testament to the college and testament to life in Sligo. And before we let you go, Jason, clubs and societies, what kind of money are we talking in terms of joining the general clubs and societies, and when can students normally sign up to them?
Yeah, so clubs and societies are free. Clubs and societies are funded by the Institute and the Students' Union. So it's completely free to sign up. It's completely free to join any club or society, and you can join as many clubs and societies as you possibly can. Now, your time might be a bit stretched between your studies and trying to have a debate with the debating society and go to football training on a Monday evening or whatever it may be. But there's literally no cost involved in any of the clubs and societies. Now, it's really important to note that I suppose there is a cost, obviously, of some of the clubs and societies. The likes of the Sub-Aqua Club need the gear, but that is funded again through the Institute and through the Students' Union. So it's free to sign up, and we want to encourage as many people to sign up as possible.
Brilliant, Jason. Thanks a million, man. That's such a really good explanation of what they're all about. We're going to hear from a student's perspective now. Not that Jason was, of course, a former student, but Angela Kosko. So Angela, as I mentioned at the top, is one of our sports scholars, and Angela's on a sports scholarship for equestrian. So Angela, from your own point of view, of course, you came to ATU Sligo with love of horses, with love of everything equestrian, and you did join the equestrian club. So from that point of view, from the equestrian club and your love of horses, tell us a little bit about yourself and the equestrian club at ATU Sligo.
Hi, Michal. Yeah, so I've always loved horses. So of course, when I was in first year, I had to join the equestrian club here in ATU Sligo. And I have to say it's been amazing so far, absolutely. The equestrian club in ATU Sligo is open for riders of any level. So you don't need to own a horse or be experienced to be part of it. And the club organises throughout the year riding lessons in a local riding centre here in Carramore. And they also organise beach rides here in Sligo, which I highly recommend to everyone. For those who are a little bit more experienced, college organises competitions throughout the year. So you go away for a weekend and you compete against the equestrian clubs from other universities from all over Ireland. And I took part in some of this myself, and I have generally had one of the best times of my life, and I made great memories. So last year, I also had the opportunity to take part in these trials, where I got selected to be part of a team to represent Ireland in 3 weekends throughout the year in 3 different locations in Europe. So it was an international level, and if you're at all interested in it, I would definitely recommend to anyone to participate in it.
Yeah, and Eva, I know you've had amazing success, Angela. As I said, that's, I suppose, is why you are one of our sports scholars, and you have had that great success in equestrian. But you also joined another club when you started at ATU Sligo, and you really fell in love with that too, I think a little bit unexpectedly.
Yeah, so I have to say, in Italy, we don't have any clubs and societies at third level. So when I came to Ireland, I was quite amazed by this. So in first year, I didn't know anyone in college, and I was like, I really want to join a few clubs here and see what it's all about. So I think I might have signed for like 4 or 5 different ones, but I couldn't keep up with them. So I stuck with the equestrian one, of course, and I joined the stunt club, which at the time was called cheerleading. And it was totally random, but I actually made amazing friends. I became very good friends with Anita, which is the girl who actually created the club. And I just really enjoyed it. So the second year I signed up for it again, and Anita asked me if I would be up to be the treasurer. So I said, why not? And I became the treasurer of it as well. And I have to say I had an amazing experience with this club as well.
Yeah, that's class. The fact that you joined, I suppose, to meet people, absolutely fell in love with it. Yeah. You've clearly made some amazing friends there, and as you say, you actually became treasurer at the end of it. So I suppose, Angela, for any of our prospective students listening in today, what would you say about joining a club or society?
I would tell them to definitely go for it. As I said, it's a great opportunity to make new friends, especially in first year if you're moving to a new college in a new area of the country and you don't know many people. And in the cheerleading club, we used to organize as well, I don't know, maybe trainings on the beach on a weekend if it was a sunny day, or a night out, just to get to know each other. So we had a lovely group of people out of my course as well. and it's totally free, and you can sign up, as Jason was saying, you can sign up for as many clubs as you want, and there's no commitment. So if you feel like it's not for you, you can just drop out at any time. But at the same time, you might find a new talent or a new passion that you didn't know you had. So I would definitely recommend it.
Brilliant, Angela. Thank you so much. That's a really great explanation to add to Jason's about the benefits of it. So thank you, Angela, as well. We're going to flip the conversation now ever so slightly and focus on sport. Before we do that, I will give you a quick overview of the sport and facilities that you will have when you come to ATU Sligo. So in terms of indoor facilities, at the centre of our sporting facilities is the Knocknarea Arena. Here you will find our multi-purpose sports hall, our gym and our specialised exercise studios. Students can avail of free classes in areas such as Zumba, aerobics and so on. Then outdoors we have our GAA pitch, and that is championship standard. We've got our grass pitch for soccer, which is FAI approved, and we've got our 3G AstroTurf pitch, which is FIFA approved. Our running track, which Lauren would be using quite a lot, and we'll speak to Lauren about that later on, that has a tartan surface running track, and that is 8 lanes, and it also comes with throwing and jumping facilities too. And we also have our walking trail, Sleed and Sláinte, which goes right around our campus and is nice and relaxed walk for anyone that wants that. But I suppose our philosophy here at ATU Sligo is the sport is for everyone, no matter what level you're at. If you are an achieving athlete like Angela and Lauren and are competing at a national or international level on a team or individually, whether you're a part-time player, somebody who plays a good level, who really wants to compete a bit as well, maybe you're what we call a healthy hero, somebody that wants to take part in those exercise classes, or somebody that wants to just go for a walk, something simple as that, or use the gym. We have it all there for you. The physical and mental benefits of sport is, we can all see what they are. So we're really big advocates of that. The sport is for everyone. In regards to facilities closest, you'll have golf clubs there in Ross's Point and Strand Hill. Sligo Tennis Club is very close by as well. Anyone interested in swimming, the Clayton Hotel is just behind us with a swimming pool, and Sligo Regional Sports Complex has a 25-metre pool. And one of the big things with us is our natural sporting facilities. There's not many colleges in the country that will compete with us on this, and this is just owed to the fact that we have this amazing location along the Wild Atlantic Way. So you have Ross's Point and Strand Hill beaches, with their world-class surfing, windsurfing, whatever you want to do in that regard. The campus itself, one side you look, you've got Knocknarea, and the other side you look, you've got Ben Bulbin. And this brings with it all the hill walking and countryside there that you can explore, cycling trails and so on. Equestrian, Angela already mentioned it, but there's so many equestrian opportunities around Sligo as well. And finally, our rivers and lakes. So Lochgill and Garavogue, these places you can go kayaking or something as simple as fishing. So as I say, no matter what you want, whether it's on campus with us, or whether it's our natural facilities, as I say, which we are truly blessed to have, as I say, along the Wide Atlantic Way, there is literally something there for everyone, and it's something we're really, really passionate about. So without further ado, I'll go on and chat to Pádraig McGorty. As I said, Pádraig is hugely involved in the ATU Sligo GAA club. So we're going to start off, Pádraig, by asking you very simply what kind of teams we have and across what codes of the GAA we have teams.
Yeah, thanks, Micheál. We would have teams across all codes of the GAA, from men's Gaelic football to ladies Gaelic football, hurling, camogie, and in the past we've had even some handball players attend the college here. So we cover across all the codes of Gaelic games.
Brilliant, yeah, and while we compete at the top level, and we will move on to that in a minute and talk about that, it is for everyone, that down to there's recreational GAA, there's all different levels of GAA, isn't there, Pádraig, for people to take part?
Absolutely, Micheál. We would cater for probably between 200 and 300 players every year across all different levels. Obviously, as you said, we have our elite level at Sigerson and our Ryan Cup hurling team, and we would have our main ladies Gaelic football team, but we would have junior and intermediate Gaelic football teams. We have freshers A and B teams for first years. We team as well. We compete in camogie as well. We are in the lower reaches of the camogie structures, but we have made finals down there as well. So there's an opportunity there for camogie players, and we're obviously developing that. It's relatively new, the camogie team, so we're obviously developing that at the moment and trying to enhance that. But yeah, there's lots of opportunities. There's also, I suppose, opportunities for people to get involved not only in the playing side of things, but we would have opportunities for people to get involved in club administration or in, I suppose, the logistics around helping us with getting that many teams to games, etc. And there's opportunities as well for coaching, where we would anyone that's interested in the coaching area and may not be able to play for various different reasons, there's opportunities there for them to get involved in coaching and helping us out with the coaching of the teams. Brilliant.
And even the club player training initiative, Pádraig, which was set up just in the last 2 years, I think that's quite an interesting thing too. Meaning players, I suppose, don't have to go home during the week if they are living away from home on campus.
Absolutely. We started this last year. One of our postgraduate student Stephen Doak set up an initiative for club players to train within on campus, so that they didn't have to go home. Obviously, with the pandemic, that it didn't continue on during the year, but we would hope in September, when our students are back on campus, that we will get this up and running. I think it'll be more applicable this year because the club season looks like it's going to run into September, October, November. So hopefully it will help players to stay in Sligo, to still get their club training done, and to be able to then travel home at weekends, which will keep them fresher if they're not doing that much traveling in the middle of the week.
Brilliant, Pádraig. Yeah, and I suppose in terms of the elite level of GA at the college, over the years we've had huge success. And I was actually a student in the college, far from playing I was, but I was a student in the college between 2003 and 2007, where the GA club obviously had a huge success. And I know Andy Moore still speaks very highly and does quite a lot of work with us. So in terms of, over the years, the college has been successful. So is there anything you want to say about that, Pádraig?
Yeah, I suppose next year we're coming up to the 20th, and 2022 will be the 20th anniversary of the college's first ever Sigerson win in 2002, which was a huge achievement for a college like ATU Sligo. But that was kind of a golden period. They went on and won two more Sigersons in 03 and in 04 and 05. And I suppose if you look at those teams have players who went on to become legends of the game, like the Neil and Eamon McGee from Donegal, Michael Moyles, Andy Moran, Nicky Joyce, who won an All-Ireland with Galway. You had Paul Finlay from Monaghan, Paul Durkin that played with Donegal, huge numbers, Kevin Cassidy, who was featured on Lake Regale on Tina G they're very recently. So guys who went on to have stellar careers in Gaelic football, and they're huge advocates of ATU Sligo as somewhere to go to study and to play Gaelic football. In recent years, we've been very competitive. We've been in Division 1 of the higher education league for probably the best part of the last 25 years. We've also won a number of championships in both Ryan Cup and Maher Cup and hurling as well. And we've been we're competing in the second tier of the hurling championship in the Ryan Cup at the moment, which is a very good level. You're only one level off Fitzgibbon at that. So we've also won an All-Ireland Junior, going back to your Football for Everyone. We won an All-Ireland Junior Championship 2 years ago, and it's while it's at junior level, it's an All-Ireland medal. You get the exact same medal as the All-Ireland winners in September get. So it's an All-Ireland medal, and it was a huge achievement for that group of players. So there's opportunities to compete and win at all different levels. Our ladies have been very successful. They've won a number of championships over the years as well. Our camogie team actually made their league final there a number of years ago as well. So there's lots of opportunities to be successful as well at all the levels. But obviously Sigerson has been the level that we've been successful at, and have a profile out of that. And
anyone coming to the college, of course, in September, Pádraig, will have the best of facilities. I mentioned that the GA pitch is in the county standard. You've got the gym there, so they have the best of facilities and coaches too.
Absolutely, we have some fantastic facilities in terms of our, I suppose, our pitch. First of all, our Gaelic football pitch here in the institute is one of the best. It's a sand-based Prunty pitch, so a very good surface, which allows us obviously to play games all year round, especially in the winter and spring months when we are on campus. You can see actually one of our current scholarship students, Sean Carabine, behind me there in the image. That's an image of him kicking a free against UL in the Sigerson a number of years ago on our own pitch. We have access to the gym, and I suppose as Lauren will go into later on in terms of the scholarships, anyone that's on a scholarship has free access to the gym facilities. There isn't really much cost in terms of playing GAA in the college, other than that you have to be, if you're playing on one of the competitive teams, you have to be a member of your own GAA club at home in order to play. But other than that, there's no cost to being a member of IT Sligo GAA club. The players do run some initiatives themselves in terms of raising some money to buy leisure wear and stuff like that over the course of the year. But other than that, there is no cost. Our coaches are nearly all inter-county level coaches who coach our freshers and our Sigerson and our hurling teams and camogie teams and so forth. So there's a good quality of coaching available to our players as well who come here. And I suppose if we look at some of the players who in recent times that have played for us, Sean behind us is now one of the top performers for Sligo. You have Owen Galler, who played with Donegal. You've had Jamie Brennan, of course, as well from Donegal. So the likes of those, Andy McLean, who's just broken into the Donegal panel. One of the things that, just going back to something that you mentioned, is that you don't necessarily have to be at the elite level already. We've had plenty of players who have come to IT Sligo, played freshers and Sigerson football, and on the back of their performance there have ended up getting onto their county panel. So it's not just that you have to be a county panelist to play at the top level. You can progress through the higher education route and eventually get onto your intercounty squad as well.
Yeah, absolutely, Pádraig. And I suppose before I let you go, for anyone thinking about coming to IT Sligo next year, and we've already mentioned that we have something there for everyone in terms of GA. But in terms of competition, I know looking at last year's sports scholars and some of the people that have come through to us last year, it's very exciting because we're joining a very strong foundation already in the college. So anyone who is looking to compete and will be coming to us next year, it is an exciting time to be joining us.
Absolutely, yeah. Just, I suppose we have some inter-county players from all over the country. I suppose here at the moment, as I said, Sean Carabine, who's with Sligo, Andy McLean, who's with Donegal. But we've also last year, I suppose, on our scholarships, awarded scholarships to Paul O'Hare, who's with the Donegal under-20s. We've Aaron Keelan, who is recognised as one of the rising stars of Leinster football by the Irish Independent. He captained St. Joseph's Rochford Bridge last year to win a Leinster College's A title. Was the team's top scorer and really exciting talent. We have Barry Thompson from Meath, who's on the Meath under-20 squad at the minute, and another exciting player. Joseph Keeney from Sligo, who was part of the Sligo minor team, who were very unlucky not to win a Connacht minor championship a number of years ago, and one of their top performers is also on a scholarship with us as well. So we have a good cohort of players coming through. We again, I suppose, are looking for more players to join us in terms of the scholarship route, and that's open at the minute. And I know Lauren will talk a little bit more about that, but there are options there that if you apply before the 1st of May and get a pre-offer of a scholarship, there's a points bonus there on the scholarship as well of 20 points if you happen to get a pre-offer through the college. So there's a points bonus for the CEO system there as well. So and that's relatively new. So yeah, very exciting time. We'll be playing Division 1, obviously, football in terms of the higher education league and the Sigerson Cup next year. Our hurlers are in the Ryan Cup, and our freshers will be playing Division 1 freshers football. So lots of opportunity there to compete at a very high level.
Excellent, Pádraig. Thank you so much for that. It was really a great oversight into all things GAA at IT Sligo. We'll move on now to talk all things soccer at IT Sligo, and we'll talk to Colm Jinks. As is mentioned at the top, Colm is our FAI football facilitator here at ATU Sligo. He's also a Liverpool fan, but I'm not going to hold that against him today. I'm a Manchester United fan myself, so self and Colm have football disagreements now and again, shall we say. But Colm, to kickstart us onto this, what teams do we offer across men's and women's? And I suppose similar to the GAA, we have it at a recreational level right up to an elite level as well.
Yes, Micheál, we have everything from recreational football to your elite football running across our teams. We have a women's team who compete in the Premier Division of the College and Universities Football League. We have our men's team that compete in the College and University Division, Premier Division, along with then our B team who compete in the Division 2. There are teams off that. Then we have our recreational football is for everyone, men and women of all abilities. That runs on a period of 2 6-week blocks before Christmas and after Christmas. So it's a great opportunity for people that just want to play social and recreation football, just go out and enjoy themselves with their friends, compete in a no pressure football. Everyone, they love that, and it's a great facility that we have at the Knocknarea Arena for that. Branching off that, then we have our futsal teams, the men and women's. Most recently, the women's team were the All-Ireland champions, which was a magnificent achievement. And they actually were going to go to Europe, only for COVID came in, and that put an end to that. But it just shows you the standard that they were at, and it was a huge achievement from them. Same with the men's team, where we were our province, we were the winners of our province, which we should have went on to the All-Ireland, but that didn't take place because of COVID as well, unfortunately. So that's your indoor stuff. And then off that, then of course we have our magnificent facilities that we have their teams that compete at the elite level as well, Micheál.
Brilliant, Colm. Yeah, and I know myself, I love a wee game of five-a-side, so the indoor, the outdoor, and I will ask you in a minute or two about the facilities because they are amazing. I know I've been lucky enough to get to use them sometimes, and they are amazing. And you mentioned it there, Colm. Yeah, we've got soccer for everyone across our recreational soccer program, and it's been a very successful couple of years. You kind of touched on that, but just another little bit on that, Colm. I suppose the men's team, I think it would have been more 2 years back now, very much competing at the very top, competing in the Premier Cup final and League final, and I think a certain Jason Quinn might have been a goalkeeper at the time as well. But yeah, so it's been a successful couple of years, Colm. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Micheál, we in the last maybe 4 years, things have really taken off. We won the Division 1 to get promoted back to the Premier Division. This is with the men's team. And last pre-COVID, just up until last March 2020, we competed in the 2 All-Ireland finals, one for the league and one for the cup. Unlucky on both occasions to come out. We didn't win on both occasions, unfortunately, but we competed against the likes of IT Carlow in the cup final, and UCD, who were one of the biggest colleges or universities in Ireland, in the league final. We're unlucky to lose in that too. And then off that, then we had the women's team for the last number of years, winning leagues, intervarsities, and have been just outrageously successful with some great players coming through, like say Emma Hansbury, we've Baby Boy Carl, international player. And then I suppose branching off that in on the men's side, we've a lot of players playing in the League of Ireland here, the likes of Niall Moore and Mark Byrne last night, Darren Collins, Scott Lynch, just to list a few, playing at the highest level you can play within Ireland.
Yeah, I suppose that all points to me, I'm thinking that all points to future success. So I genuinely have no doubt that the soccer teams are going to be successful in the next number of years, because I know, as you said, the caliber of player that is there at the moment. And not only that, Colm, the coaches are all very qualified. I know yourself, you're a UEFA, you'll be able to say what you are, but you're a UEFA license holder as well. And the facilities, so whether it's people looking to play, as I say, five-side indoor, whether you want to use the AstroTurf pitch, which I mentioned is FIFA approved, or our actual soccer pitch, the facilities and the coaches are top notch as well.
Yeah, we have I'm a UEFA licensed coach. I suppose the next one for me would be the pro license, which I'll probably do in a few years. My assistant is a UEFA B license coach. The B team manager is a C license coach who was planning on doing his UEFA B license. And then our women's team manager, Dara Healy, who's currently working with Sligo Rovers as their kit man. He now is doing his UEFA A license as well. So across the board, we've proper coaches working with the teams at the elite level and even the foundation level, which will be our B team for men's. So yeah, we're lucky in that sense that we've brilliant opportunities that we can bring in coaches like Jason this year would have come into us as a former player. He was planning on coming in and helping us out. So I think players that have seen and been with us and shown they have been on that journey along with us are willing to give something back. The likes of Jason working in Sligo here as well for the college was going to come in and help us this year and pass on his knowledge to some of the younger ones coming through. And this year we hope to have like Emma Hansberry coming back to the women's team, who has been there and done that with the college and going to pass on her knowledge back to them. And I just think it's it's brilliant that we have that and we've good coaches on board. Yes.
Brilliant, yeah, and facilities wise, I suppose you've organised, I suppose, a couple of staff things, so we've got to use them as staff even. But I actually love the AstroTurf. As I said, I love a simple game of 5-a-side indoor, so it is all there facilities wise too.
Yeah, facilities are top notch. All are lit up at night time. The all weather pitch then, which has a lot of usage on it. But I suppose like the Gaelic Weaver slots booked in on it, so you always have time. You know, we know our training sessions are definitely our timetable before the season starts, which is always good for any student, so they have an idea what is involved and how much they're going to be used. Top class. The soccer pitch is brilliant. Prunties maintain it, which is a brilliant company in Monaghan. They come down and cut it and roll it. That's based around the running track. So yeah, we're blessed on that side that we have those facilities on board, and we have our link up with Sligo Rovers as well. So we have the opportunities to use in the showgrounds as well on their Astro, and even sometimes then with our players, they can be brought in to train with the Rovers first team as well.
Yeah, and you mentioned there, Colm, I suppose, last but not least, before I let you go, it is a very exciting time to be joining ATU Sligo, like in the GAA. So soccer at the moment, it's very strong. It's one of the strongest in the country. You mentioned the link with Sligo Rovers, and I know even in pre-season with Rovers, I can't remember. I remember counting one day, but I think there was it 6 of our students were part of that squad. I know we have a few with Finn Harps, Jeremiah Idaho, he would have came from Longford, I think, was. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Colm, and he done a wee bit with Rovers too. So it's really, really strong there. So I suppose anyone interested now, as we've said, we have the recreation soccer. You can book your 5-a-side with your mates. You can book your 7-a-side Astro with your mates. But anyone who's wanting to compete at the highest level, it is a very exciting time to be joining ATU Sligo soccer.
Yeah, Miall, we're kind of blessed. Well, definitely, I worked with the academy with Sligo Rovers since 2014, so I've kind of grown up along with these players. And now, when they came to Leaving Cert, I had a good relationship with them, and I was very lucky that we attracted to Sligo. A lot of them would be very smart as well and had offers from other colleges. But I guess with the link up with Sligo, that you can study along with then playing at the highest level was a great incentive for them to stay and join us with ATU Sligo. Along with then, of course, hopefully, as you're aware, for the women's game, we're looking to have a link up with Sligo Rovers again to hopefully get a team in the Women's National League, which will increase our numbers for the women in the soccer in college. So hopefully that can take off. But as of now as well, we have the few Finn Harps lads from down Jason's part of the country. As you spoke about, Jeremiah Idaho, who was with Longford and then came to Sligo. Likes of Ryan O'Reilly, who was with Stoke City, and he came back and he studied in Sligo and he got a scholarship, and now he's playing with Ballymallard up in Northern Ireland. And we're lucky. A lot of these players have represented their schools under 18 international sides, like Luke Rudden, Killian Heaney, who is now with Sligo Rovers, Nathan Lowe Cunningham, another Finn Harps lad, Ronan Gallagher. So yeah, we're on unfortunately COVID came in, but we're on a high and we want to keep that going.
Yeah, amazing. And once again, thanks so much, Colm, for your time and your overview on all things soccer. And I suppose just to reiterate what both Porrick and Colm said, no matter if you're coming in at the basics of either of those sports, at GA or soccer, no matter what it is. And you have your recreational, your fun stuff, your five-a-side, your fun games, right up to the elite level. And as both Pádraig and Colm mentioned, we are competing at the very top. So you have that opportunity too. So as I say, yeah, really exciting time to be joining both the soccer and the GAA at ATU Sligo. Thanks once again, both Pádraig and Colm. Last but not least, we move on to talk about the sports scholarships. And Lauren's been waiting very patiently and letting everyone else talk. But before you talk, Lauren, I'm going to nip in front of you and just explain a little bit about the sports scholarships. Pádraig did mention it in his talk there. The sports scholarships are currently open. We do encourage students to apply before the 1st of May, as he mentioned, and that's to get the full benefits of the Sports Scholarship Award, such as the extra CAO points. Our scholarships come at 3 different levels, at gold, silver and bronze, and we award up to 70 sports scholarships every year. They all come with different levels of financial rewards, but they will come with academics. Of course, they'll come with free use of the facilities, the gyms, and that nice ATU Sligo tracksuit that Angela was wearing today. So really nice tracksuit there as well. So lots of benefits with it. The applications, as we say, are open at the moment, but please do apply before May 1st if you can, but they will remain open until September 15th. So don't worry if you don't get your application in before that. And just to give you an idea of the sports we cover, of course, we cover soccer and Gaelic and equestrian and athletics, which are the 4 sports some of the guys today represent. We've everything down from boxing to a chess player this year, which was quite interesting with the Queen's Gambit. We have a strongman, and we have a visually impaired rally navigator. So no matter what your sport is, and if you think you can qualify for it, please do apply. And I'll ask Lauren about that when we're speaking, but the application process is really, really simple. So Lauren, a very talented athlete, Lauren. So just tell us a little bit about yourself. And I know you've achieved some amazing things already in your career.
Yeah, so I'm an Irish sprinter. Up until now, I've mainly focused on the 100 and 200, mainly the 200. But like over the next few years now, it'll be a 200-400 combination. And my coach always reminds me of that. So I'm in my 2nd year in the IT. I'm training 6 days a week. So usually 3 days a week will be on the track, and then usually maybe 2 days in the gym, and then 1 day usually be in circuits. So I've been running a good few years. I started with my coach Dermot McDermott at about 2016, I think. So since then it's really went uphill. Like I've represented Ireland. I ran for Ireland in Schools International over 300 meters, where I finished 3rd over in England, and then I was also on the relay squad that finished 3rd. I qualified for European under-20s last year over 200 meters, and I was on the 4x1 relay squad, but unfortunately a hamstring tear ruled me out of going. So then this year I'm also a part of the under-23 relay squad. So we'll be targeting Europeans. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they go ahead, and I'll be targeting that myself individually over 200 meters. Again, all going to plan. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Obviously, the facilities at the IT really help. I have a gym, I have a full Olympic-sized track. It's all in walking distance of the college. So when I have breaks, when I'd be in college, I can go and train and come back. So that's what I do.
Brilliant, Lauren. You forgot to mention your record breaker too. I think you're just being modest. So yeah.
I broke a few underage records. Yeah. So my last year juvenile under 19, I would have broke the 200 meters indoor and outdoor record, I think. Now I didn't go into the race thinking I was going to do that. It actually came as a bit of a surprise, but that was nice, obviously. But hopefully now as the years go on, I can continue to set a few records myself.
Yeah, I know you're just being modest. Trust me, that's hugely impressive. So how has the sports scholarship benefited you, Lauren? I mentioned it there at the start, and you've kind of touched on it there. You've got full use of the facilities, you've got the financial benefit and the academic supports as well, of course.
Oh yeah, obviously, like training 6 days a week, it doesn't leave much time for a job. So the financial support is a huge bonus. Like it comes in so handy, like, and then obviously on the other side your academic support. So like obviously with training stuff, racing, sometimes it can be hard, like juggling all your classes and stuff, and the lecturers are very understanding. Like if you have to miss it, they understand it, like they take that into back. again, if I ever had to travel for a race, very understanding. And with exams, like I would have had an exam there a few weeks ago, but I had a very important session and my lecturer was like, yeah, you can do that now after when you're back. So it's the small things like that that kind of take the stress away, and it makes training a lot easier. So it's ideal.
Yeah, those supports, as you say, when you are training so much, like it's important to have that support. Like, and that's what I love about our sports scholarship. There is so much support in it. Regards to anyone thinking about applying, Lauren, did you find it straightforward?
Oh yeah, it's very straightforward. You just go in, you have a wee form to fill out, tell them a bit about yourself, list your achievements. I'd say no achievement is too small. Don't be thinking you shouldn't put something down, because the more you have, the better it looks. Very straightforward. You have questions, it's just a form online, and then obviously you'll find out how you did. The worst thing that's going to happen is you don't get it, like, but if you're not in it, you can't win it. So you have to apply to have a chance, like.
Yeah, that's what I always say to Lauren, like that if you don't apply, you will never know.
Exactly.
And anyone that is thinking about applying, you can go to itsligo.ie/scholarships, where at this stage, yeah, you should be able to see our brand new sports scholarship video too, which I know both Lauren and Angela took part in recently with us, and it's hugely impressive. So please check that out too when you are there. In terms of facilities, we kind of touched on it with Porrick and Colm in regards to the GA and soccer, but the track, I absolutely love the track. And I know we were on it last week, Lauren, obviously doing that video, but it's so impressive.
Oh, top class, yeah. Like obviously with COVID and stuff, that was the only time I was on it actually for the video since I think August. So obviously that left it a little bit more tricky for training, but you just have to make do. But everything, like even the gym is in walking distance of the track, the football pitches, and as Porrick said, like you have free membership to the gym when you're on a scholarship, which again is another financial bonus. But no, the track, top class. It's an Olympic-sized track, 8 lanes, has all the facilities you need, dugouts, top class.
Definitely. And Lauren, once again, before I let you go, anyone that's listening to this now thinking about applying for a sports scholarship, what would you say to them?
I tell them to go for it, put down any achievements you have. Like, I know that there's some people thinking that some achievements are a lot smaller when they compare it to others, but I mean, there's different levels of scholarships for a reason. So you have to put down all your achievements in order to be in it. As you said, if you don't apply, you can't get it. So your best bet is to apply. Just put down whatever you can, tell them a bit about yourself, and hope for the best.
Excellent, Lauren, and that sums it up perfectly in that last line there. So with that, I think that will bring us to a close for today. And I'd like to say a massive thank you to everybody who joined us today, to Jason, to Angela, to Porrick, to Colm, and to Lauren for giving up their time today. And I think everyone will have found that hugely beneficial. In terms of the sports scholarship, as we mentioned, if you're looking to apply for that, go to itsligo.ie/scholarships. Anyone that wants to ask a question today on Open Day, please do so below. You'll see our live Q&A session box there. And for anyone who's watching this after the event, as I said, you can contact us at any stage about clubs and societies, about sport, about our degree program, student supports, accommodation, whatever it is. Please contact us at any stage, and you can get us through WhatsApp, through our social media, and that is at IT Sligo across all social media platforms, or you can email us as well. And you'll find all this information on our CAO hub, which you will get at itsligo.ie/CAO. So once again, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you to our guests. I hope you found that beneficial. And until next time, goodbye. Thank you.